She expected an inheritance from my late husband. My husband died 2 years ago after battling cancer for 8 long years. During those years, we talked constantly about what would happen after he was gone, who should get his tools, which friends deserved keepsakes, all of it. He was a contractor who did remodeling work, and he had this massive collection of professional tools that he'd built up over decades. Really expensive stuff. Table saws, air compressors, paint sprayers, the works. Now, my best friend Amy has this adult daughter named Kiki who's always been a total mess. Can't hold a job, always borrowing money, you know the type. But my husband felt bad for her and would hire her as a helper on his bigger projects. That's when the tool borrowing started. First, it was small stuff. Hey, can I borrow your portable CD player for my apartment? Sure, no problem. She returned it 3 weeks later with a cracked screen and missing the power cord. Then it was his good channel lock pliers. Came back bent and rusty after sitting in her yard for 2 months. Next was his chainsaw, a really nice one that cost him $400. She brought it back 6 months later, completely seized up, claiming it just stopped working while she was cutting down a tree in her backyard. But the worst was his paint sprayer. This thing was practically brand new, cost $1,200, and was his pride and joy. He let her borrow it for what was supposed to be a weekend project. 4 months later, she finally returns it. The motor was burned out, half the parts were missing, and it was covered in dried paint like she'd never even attempted to clean it. My husband was furious. The warranty wouldn't cover any of it because of the obvious neglect. That's when he stopped lending her anything. But it got worse. He caught her stealing from one of his clients, actually pocketing stuff while they were working. He made her put it back and kicked her off the job site immediately. After that, Kiki was banned from all his projects. Amy knew why. She'd seen all the broken tools herself. Fast forward to last September. I'm at Amy's house visiting when Kiki shows up. We're all sitting in the kitchen when she suddenly turns to me. So when do I get my inheritance from your husband? I almost spit out my coffee. Your what now? My inheritance. He promised me I'd get some of his tools when he died. I stared at her. This was literally the first time I'd ever heard anything about a promise like that. Kiki, he didn't leave a will, and even if he did, why would he leave you anything after you broke thousands of dollars worth of his stuff? She got all defensive. Those were accidents. He knew I'd take good care of his tools. Amy jumped in and told her daughter to drop it. She knew exactly why my husband had cut ties with Kiki. But then I got an idea. A really good idea. You know what, Kiki? You're absolutely right. I should definitely give you something that belonged to him. Her eyes lit up like Christmas morning. The next day, Amy helped me load up my car with every single broken tool that Kiki had ever returned. The seized chainsaw, the destroyed paint sprayer, the bent pliers, the cracked CD player, all of it. We drove to Kiki's apartment and started unloading box after box of busted equipment onto her doorstep. What is all this junk? She asked, looking confused. I smiled sweetly. Your inheritance. These are all the tools you borrowed from my husband, but they're all broken. Yep, and now you get to deal with them exactly the same way he had to deal with them when you returned them like this. She started yelling about how this wasn't what she meant and how I was being unfair. I just kept smiling. Hey, you wanted his tools. Here they are in the exact condition you left them in. Amy was trying not to laugh as we drove away, leaving Kiki standing there surrounded by a pile of broken junk. I cleared out 35 square feet of space in my shed, and she got exactly what she deserved.